Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Joey Galvez, one half of your host of Explain Yourself, and I want to let you guys know about a really cool book from our friend of the show, Eli Shockey. This one is called The Greylock, and it's a story where magic is a commodity. Potions are sold at corner stores. Orcs and dwarves earn a living in cubicles, not on the battlefields. But there are those who resist the house's magic's laws. Branded a criminal and forced to live as a wand for hire, there is a spell slinger they call the Greylock. Check this one out. You guys can pre-order issue 3 right now with code JAN241939, and make sure you guys are heading over to your favorite LCS and letting them know that you want Greylock number 3, and maybe pick up the first 2 issues. You could do that at the Scout web store. So make sure you guys are grabbing the Greylock number 3, JAN241939 at previewsworld.com.
Okay, everybody. I have something really cool to tell you about. If you haven't heard yet about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain here. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one single place. Now, the way that you can do this is you got to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, and then you can get started. It's really fun. We just switched over recently here at All Too Real 2, and I'm enjoying it so far. So be sure to check it out and let us know what you think. Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me as always is
Nobody. I changed my name to Nobody.
Nobody. Is that one word or 2 words?
It's I didn't think about that yet. Let's go with 1 word. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're like Cher or Madonna or something.
Yeah, or Prince, or well,
yeah,
not like Prince, but
yeah, you're like you're a musical genius.
Well, I mean, I do all right.
Yeah.
Not as good as Prince, but I do all right.
So, anyways, today on the show, this is a bonus episode where we're covering the 3rd episode of Wandavision on Disney+. So, first off, just wanted to ask you, what's your initial reaction here, Matt, to this episode?
I like this one a lot. This was my favorite episode so far. Yeah, it was funny. It's like the whole sitcom theme again, but it's just the 70s. So things started to get a little bit more like, I don't know what the word is. People took more chances, I guess, starting in the 70s when it came to TV. So it was a little bit not as like corny as like the episode 1 when it took place like in the 50s or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I liked it a lot. I mean, the whole Brady Bunch feel to it and stuff, and everything. It was pretty cool. definitely. I love the look of the show and how they're able to basically create this whole aesthetic that looks like it was shot in the 70s or whatever period it takes place in. First off, I mean, the first thing I noticed too is I love the opening credits. They were very 70s. It had a lot of inspiration. Like, the song was very Partridge Family feeling. The opening credits were kind of a mixture of a lot of like 70s sitcoms, like Three's Company, Mary Tyler Moore, and of course Brady Bunch. So there was a lot of cool homages there. Yeah, like I said, the song was very, very Partridge Family feeling. Yeah. It almost sounded like a complete ripoff, which is cool. But
yeah, a little bit. I mean, I had to look it up because, excuse me, I'm going to turn off my fan really quick because I have a fan, guys. There we go. I'm rich. I got a fan. So.
What's his or her name?
Oh no, I mean like a box fan.
Oh, I thought you meant like you just had a fan that hung out at your place and told you how great you were.
No, a box fan. What that means, a person who's like a fan of boxes. Like just
okay.
It's like pretty cool box, a cat basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look that up, and I think I did find the song from the Partridge Family. I'm like, oh my god, that's very very similar.
Yeah.
To that. Did I also detect the Laverne and Shirley thing, or is that just my imagination?
Might have had a little influence from that too. I mean, kind of the different things. I mean, and I think it even had like a little bit of, even though it was like kind of more of a 60s thing, but kind of a Odd Couple feel to it as well. And different things like that, a lot of these color sitcoms,
Yeah.
And the whole thing, I mean, and first off, there were some things I noticed too in the opening credits that I think might be kind of symbolism or clues or things of that nature.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, at one point, Vision is walking by a movie theater, and the marquee says Oz the Great and Powerful.
Ooh.
Which is a movie came out in 2013.
Right.
So, that's kind of interesting. But I mean, there's a lot of, similarities in imagery. It's the whole, like, you're in a different world sort of thing, in a dream world, like in The Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. You've got, Vision, who's kind of a Tin Man sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you've got Agnes, who is obviously a witch,
right?
Not to mention Scarlet Witch. So, and plus later on, when we see Agnes in the episodes, she's got a bike with her, very much like Gulch in the Wizard of Oz movie. No, in the Wizard of Oz, the neighbor who was played by Margaret Hamilton, who also played the witch in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she traveled on a bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
wow.
So there's a lot of different things, and I mean that I think are very Wizard of Ozzy, for lack of
Wizard
a better.
Of Ozzy?
Yeah.
Like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes.
Of Ozzy?
Wizard of Ozzy. Yeah.
Black Sabbath actually has a song called "The Wizard." I didn't even think about that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all about Ozzy.
And yeah.
So yeah, I noticed that, and then there's it's like they're telegraphing that later on in the episode, Wanda's going to have twins, because there's a shot in the opening credits where Vision is building a swing set. It has 2 swings on it.
Oh.
And a teeter-totter.
Oh, yeah.
So a teeter-totter needs 2 people, and they swing in the 2 swings. So I think it's just kind of implying that there's going to be 2 babies.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I noticed the swing set, but I didn't think about.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done a little bit of reading, research on Scarlet Witch, so I knew that she had twins, in one of the versions of her story. So I figured, that's probably what they were gonna, go with the whole, child, Agnes, said, why don't you have children? And all of a sudden, she's having kids. So it seems like, just kind of going along with that route. But, they could have gone another route too and just have her have one child to kind of, buck any kind of expectations. Yeah. But they did go with the twin route. So,
which makes sense because she was a twin as well. There's we see the hexagon motif too in the opening credits again, which we keep seeing again and again, which, hexagons, 6 sides, which could mean the devil. It's also very similar to a beehive, like we saw that beekeeper in the last episode.
Right.
Also, it is the symbol of the organization AIM in the comic books. AIM or AIM.
Yeah.
And so there's also the type of magic that Scarlet Witch uses is called hex magic. So these are all things I kind of did research on to figure out different meanings of hexagon. So, yeah. So those are some things in the opening credits. I mean, there's probably a lot more, too, that we see.
Just the credits themselves. We haven't even gone into the episode yet.
This show is so full of symbolism. It's just crazy.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I see the video, but there's a video, I think it was Screen Crush or Screen Rant or whatever. Where they, no, it wasn't that one. It was another one where they found like 98 Easter eggs or something like that. I didn't watch that one. But,
in this episode alone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't watch that video. I watched a Screen Crush or whatever, Screen Rant or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy found like 35 or something like that. I caught some of them, but some of them I was like, oh wow, I did not even catch that at all.
Yeah, I didn't do as much research this week as I did last time, because I just was kind of tired this week. But I did do a few. I watched some videos and listened to some things, and I also did my own research. Looking online, looking some things up because I was curious about some things that kind of popped out at me on the episode. So, anyways, want me to get started on what happened in the episode, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in this episode, we have we start out with a doctor, Dr. Nielsen, checking in on Wanda. Nielsen, by the way, is the name of the ratings board for television.
Yep.
So, they send these Nielsen families little books or TV boxes that'll monitor what they're watching, so that's how they tell the ratings of a TV show. At least they did, in the past, and, now it's getting a little bit more digital. But, there's, with a lot of things going on streaming like this show. Yeah. And most of these streaming services don't even release their, viewership.
Oh, wow.
They keep a lot of that internal. I mean, they will once in a while. Like, if they have something that's really big, like Netflix had with Queen's Gambit, they let everybody know that like 64 or 62 million people watched it the first week or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. But if something's doing badly, they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Anyways, I found interesting too, a little bit of symbolism here too, is he when he's listening, he goes, ooh, and then he goes, ooh. And then that kind of implies that there's two, but he doesn't say that there's two babies. So it's just kind of interesting. When he's listening to her with the stethoscope, is that what that's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
That doctor thingy.
that thing.
The thingy all the doctors have around their necks and stuff. In the movies and the TVs. And Anyways, he reveals that she is 4 months pregnant. So, and this is just a day later.
Right.
So,
right. 12 hours later.
Yeah. So it's like, so, and then, Nielsen says that he's he's intending to leave on a holiday with his wife to Bermuda, which is not a mistake here. It's
right.
because there's like the Bermuda Triangle, which is also known as the Devil's Triangle.
Right.
Yeah. So
everyone gets lost there when they try to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of symbolism there with that one word. And yeah, like I said, with the devil's idea, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Mephisto in this at some point. So, I have another theory that I came up with later that I'll talk to you about towards the end of this about Mephisto. So, anyways, and I'm probably completely wrong about it too. But anyways, we're gonna the doctor leaves. Wanda and Vision paint the nursery while debating the name of their child. Vision wants to call him Billy after William Shakespeare. And he says, "All the world's a stage, and we are merely players from the play As You Like It." Which is interesting because of the fact that maybe this is all just a play.
Right.
So, but oh yeah, before that though, before they were painting the nursery, Vision was outside seeing Nielsen out, but then he looks over and his neighbor Herb, the African American gentleman from the previous episode, who now has an afro and a goatee, because it's the 70s. He's trimming the hedges next door, and then he keeps going, and he cuts right into the stone wall that's in between the stone fence that's in between the two houses.
Right.
And Vision points that out to him, and he's like, "Yeah, you're right, buddy." And stuff.
He just keeps doing it.
Yeah. And
it's like,
yeah. Go ahead.
What I was to say, he just keeps doing it, and he's like not even like paying it to, like, it's like almost like he was like in a trance, like not even paying attention, like
I mean, it's like I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and it did give me this vibe too. It's kind of like when you're playing a video game and there's one of those non-playable characters in a video game who's just doing some kind of action in the background over and over again.
Right.
That's kind of what he felt like. It's like he's just doing it and doesn't even realize what he's doing.
Right.
So yeah, or like he's just some kind of just extra in the background of something of the world that we're all living in. Yeah.
And yeah, like you're thinking too, like maybe some of these characters, are like that, but it's only when they're quote activated, when they're actually supposed to like talk to you. So he may have been like in regular mode where he's just like a non-playable character, at that point,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden though, Vision starts talking to him, and it's like, oh shit, now it's time to interact with the main character, or one of the main players, or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, because I got a lot to say, and I don't want to like sidetrack from the plot.
Oh no, that's fine. But okay, so basically, they argue over the name. She wants to name the baby Tommy as like an all-American name, basically. So, which is more part of this whole motif of the sitcom aspect of this, thing.
Right.
So, but yeah. Anyways, her pregnancy ends up like getting further along faster and faster throughout the episode. She's like at 6 months really fast. So basically, they're in the nursery, and there's she starts having, like, feeling the baby kick inside of her, and she says it feels like butterflies, and there's a mobile above the crib that is made of butterflies, and they come alive when she says that.
Right.
And then she lets them outside, and I mean, that's, there's obvious symbolism there with the whole idea of, rebirth and things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Cocoon.
Yeah.
Butterflies go. And it does seem, too, that she seems to be more powerful whenever she's afraid or angry, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Or shocked or in pain or whatever, So that's maybe something to look out for, too.
Yeah, and all these things are happening, apparently, or at least to us, unintentionally. Like, she's not able to control her powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she starts, like, moving things, and different things happen, and, it ends up shutting down the whole power of the town. We at one point cut to a scene where we see Vision's one coworker with the cool mustache.
Yeah, dude.
who we find. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
The communist, the guy who said he was a communist. Yeah.
No. I think I thought he was implying that the Middle Eastern guy was the communist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, I forgot the characters' names. I'm really bad. But anyways, we find out that guy's wife is Dottie, that we met in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
In the scene, he's reading a newspaper that says, Main Street to install 2 new fire hydrants, but it looks like Hydra. Yeah. Anyways,
right.
It doesn't. Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta have the obligatory Hydra, reference. We have at least 2 in this show, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely at least 2. There's and then in that same scene, I did find the joke kind of funny too. The wife asks, do these earrings make me look fat? And then the lights go off, and he's like, "Thank God." Anyways, that was very 70s feeling.
Oh yeah, very. She wasn't at all fat.
I know, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
But there's also a lamp in the background that has 2 cherubs on it.
Oh.
Which are baby angels,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like the twins.
Right.
So, that's kind of interesting. But anyways, we see that scene. We cut back, and Geraldine shows up.
Mm-hmm.
After Vision decides to go get the doctor. And he uses his powers to do it, which is interesting.
Right.
Because he runs across town and picks up the doctor and runs him back to the house. But before that, Geraldine shows up, who we know from spoilers is Monica Rambeau.
Mm-hmm.
She shows up and she's talking about, her work and everything, but the whole time Wanda's trying to hide all these weird things that are happening, and also the fact that she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And an interesting thing too that's like completely a side note is she's when Geraldine, aka Monica, shows up, she Wanda's wearing this coat, this heavy coat, and right after I thought it was really funny that she says to her Geraldine, and then Geraldine responds about the coat. She says Foxy, which is kind of interesting because she kind of looks like Foxy Brown, the Pam Grier character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just thought
I didn't pick that up. I mean, I heard her say that, but I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there is any connection to it, but I just thought it was interesting that because she kind of got that whole Foxy Brown Foxy Brown, big afro look and stuff. Right. She's talking about, things at her work and how she works as like some kind of advertising agency or something as a temp. And her boss has hiccups and all this other stuff. And her boss's name is Haddix. And the outfit that, I don't know if any of this means anything, but the outfit that she's wearing has fish all over it, and a haddock is a type of fish.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any connection to this or anything. I thought the mention of the name was weird, but there's nobody really named Haddix in the comics, so it's...
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's any kind of relation to any character or anything, but it could be. So, yeah, that happens. Did you want to take a quick break here, Matt, and then we'll come back and talk more about the plot?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
And we are back. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. Are you Wanda in your vision?
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant. I'm not.
I don't know, but it sounds good, so I am.
Yes.
Hey, I'd like to be able to create my own reality.
Yes.
It seems like she has that power, and I think it would be awesome if she could teach other people that power as well. So
yeah, she's being stingy. She needs to teach all of us how to do that.
Yeah, I know it's not fair. I mean, come on, you share your talent,
Yeah. Do one of those master classes online or something.
Yeah.
WandaVision master class.
Well, of course, though, if she taught too many people, then we'd be making competing realities with each other. So then I guess it would be, hard to,
Well, we could all just live in our own realities.
True. Yeah, I guess that could work too. So we wouldn't really be interfering.
Yeah.
But inevitably, you're always going to have someone that's going to want to take over other realities just because that's just part of their personality. So they won't be satisfied with having their own reality because they want to make sure that they can, take over. So
yeah.
So we had to find a fail safe, for that type of thing. So we can work this out.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this. I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Join us on our next new podcast. It's called All Too Reality, and
we'll teach you how to create your
own reality. Our special with our special guest Wanda marks him off, and but anyways, Geraldine basically ends up helping deliver the first baby while Vision is getting Dr. Nielsen from his house when he's having issues with his car when he's trying to drive out of town to Bermuda. I'm assuming he's driving to the airport. I don't think because I'm pretty sure you can't drive to Bermuda.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
That type of car, maybe the boat car, maybe.
Yeah.
But, that's still kind of
Yeah.
dangerous to be driving that far.
I mean, if you had like Phil Coulson's car from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which can fly, maybe you could, but to keep it in the Marvel family. But
which made me think of something. No,
Yeah.
Why don't they have a car? That why did Vision have to go run? Like, I just thought about that. Like, they don't have a car.
Well, I mean, he probably could still run faster than a car.
Oh, okay, maybe yeah.
But still, I don't know. They might have a car. They might not. Oh, they did in the first episode. They had a car that they were driving into town in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So they probably have a car. It probably just changed from a 50s automobile to a 70s automobile.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know. So basically, anyways, there was another point too, like where Wanda's water broke earlier before this all happened, and the water kind of flooded the town. That was before Geraldine came, and then Geraldine, which is another thing with the fish aspect too. I don't know. With being underwater and
right.
Yeah.
There's got to be something with these fish pants. I don't really know exactly what it.
Yeah.
Like maybe some kind of religious symbolism. I know, like fish is often
Jesus.
Yeah, fish.
Ooh.
Yeah, fish, and then technically her pregnancy was not from sex, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was like an immaculate conception,
so
and
maybe,
there was
I don't know, maybe something like that going on, or I think there was a fish god.
Yeah.
In like the Babylonian religion, like way back, like Mesopotamians, like, so maybe like I think was it Gilgamesh? Didn't they worship like a fish god? I don't know.
I don't know. But I mean, but and there is also the Christian symbolism of fish being representative of Jesus, and maybe and the thing is like Geraldine, aka Monica, is in there as a savior to try to get Wanda out of there.
Right. Yeah.
So there's something there.
Something. Yeah.
We figured this out, Matt.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned the fish pants. Yeah.
Yes. Fish pants, roly poly fish pants. Oh wait, no, that's fish heads. I'm sorry. Anyways, have you ever heard that song?
No.
Look it up. It's a great song.
Okay.
Fish heads.
All right.
Anyways, it's an old song from the 70s or 80s or one of those times. Anyways, there's so Geraldine helps deliver the baby after she discovers that, there's a stork running around at one point too here.
Oh yeah.
That came alive off the wall. Yeah. But and anyways, Geraldine discovers that Wanda's pregnant, helps her deliver the baby. Then Dr. Nielsen and Vision show up, and there's a baby, and she's like, Vision, do you want to meet your son with your real face? And so he turns into Vision from his human form, and then he names the baby Tommy.
Right.
And then she goes into contractions again, and they deliver another baby, Billy. So yeah. And interesting thing is in the comics, Billy and Tommy become Wiccan and Speed, and Tommy came out first, so he was faster.
Oh,
and in the comics, he becomes Speed. So, could mean something.
So he basically has like Quicksilver's abilities.
Kind
of, like,
and then the other baby has his mom's abilities. Wiccan, like a Scarlet Witch, and then
right, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited about all the magic stuff coming into the MCU.
Oh, I know. It's about time, because we've had all the superhero stuff, and there is a whole, thing about magic in those comic books too. It's not just like superpowers, and there is like a spiritual realm in these stories too. It's not just aliens. Like there is like hellish realms and stuff like that. And
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see where all this goes. Yeah, with Doctor Strange especially, yeah. Kind of like how with Constantine and stuff in the DC television universe and stuff. Or with Lucifer. Anyways, there's they deliver the twins. Vision walks the doctor outside. And then the doctor says something about how he doesn't about not leaving, and he says small towns are so hard to escape. So he's not going to leave. So it kind of implies that, hey, we're trapped here.
Right. Yeah, that's when the music starts getting ominous too.
Yeah.
Right then.
And then after he says goodbye to the doctors, he looks over and Agnes is over there with Herb, standing there talking to him. Like I said, she had a bike, so that's very witch-like, like the Wizard of Oz sort of thing.
Right.
And so they're whispering to each other about Geraldine.
Right.
And so Vision says something to them about it and asks them what's going on, and then Herb tries to say, they say, first they talk about Geraldine, and they ask if Geraldine is still in there.
Yeah.
And they're saying that, Geraldine is new to town, and she has no husband, no home, and no family.
Right.
So, and then Herb starts to say, she came here because we are all...
Right.
And then he's stopped by Agnes, who says, stop it.
Stop him, yeah.
Stop it. Like, very much the same dialogue that Mrs. Hart said in the first episode when her husband was choking.
Right.
So there's, we're kind of doing a throwback to that. By the way, we do get a close-up here of Agnes's brooch that we keep seeing in things. And it has 3 figures on it. Like 3 silhouettes. In like mythology, witches, like especially like from Shakespeare and things of that nature, which we had already mentioned in this episode, there's like the 3 witches from I think Macbeth.
Right.
And you do have a lot of times witches, a coven is usually of 3. Not always, but a lot of times in mythology they are. So, that could be something. Or it could be one... It could be the twins and their father, who may not be Vision.
Right.
Yeah, so who knows what that means, but I'm pretty sure there's some meaning behind that. But like I said, they stop things there. She says, "Stop it." So we don't know what do you think that Herb was trying to say there?
I think he was trying to say that they're all kind of like trapped there, or that they're all just like kind of a figment of Wanda's imagination. But that's the thing too. See about that is like I had this idea that Wanda has created this whole reality herself, but at the same time, it's not just her imagination, because Vision himself seems to have like his own consciousness, his own point of view. So if it was all just Wanda, everyone would just be like basically a part of her own consciousness, and like, but it does seem like Vision periodically will like realize like, wait, this is kind of weird. Like this, like,
And
I think something wrong here. Then like she looks at him, and then all of a sudden it like rewinds, or not even rewinds, just like skips back to what he was saying. Then he like says some weird like platitude about like,
yeah,
oh, we're in uncharted waters. There you go, uncharted waters.
yep.
So
So
and,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I'm just trying to think of like what's really going, because like it seems like to me that everyone here is afraid of Wanda, but the show is also trying to make it seem like someone else is doing this stuff to her. But if she's the victim here, why would, I mean, it's like if someone kidnaps you, why would the kidnapper periodically start being afraid of the person they kidnapped? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really make any sense. So like if you go and kidnap someone, you're not be like, don't go downstairs, they might hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one with the power here. You know what I mean? Like, so why would you be afraid? I don't know.
Or it could be like a Stockholm syndrome sort of thing, where the like subconsciously a Stockholm syndrome, where Wanda is being held captive, but she's become used to the thing and she likes being held captive.
Right, but at the same time, like Agnes, like she looked really afraid that her was gonna like basically spill the beans on the whole. You know, so it's like, and it did, the way her expression did not look like, don't tell her my secret. Like, she genuinely looked like she was afraid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah, because I mean, I think that they're afraid of Wanda for some reason, and I agree with you there.
Right.
I think she might be.
So
she might be the villain. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Wanda. I mean, maybe Agnes is partly a villain, but she's also afraid of the power that Wanda potentially has. And so it's one of those things where maybe they're all trying to harness her power, but at the same time they know how much power she does have, that if she turns on them, then they're all fucked, kind of thing, you know? So
yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of
there's a lot of possibilities here. And then I mean the main thing is I think that these people, besides Geraldine, actually lived in Westview, because we find out at the end that Westview is actually a real town. So
okay,
yeah. But anyways, back to the plot though. After that happened though, we cut inside and we see Geraldine talking to Wanda, and she says something about twins, and then Wanda mentions, I was a twin.
right?
And she's like, I had a brother, Pietro. And then Geraldine, she says, he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he?
Right. Well, she was singing this lullaby. In
in Sokovian.
It was a really emotional moment, because, like, sorry, I'm getting almost teary-eyed, just because that moment looks like the whole thing was like a laugh track, and then all of a sudden they got really quiet, and she's like, I'm a twin. And, like, it's like she started remembering, like, her brother, and then it was like, yeah, and then she starts singing this lullaby in Sokovian, and yeah, that's when Geraldine, like, she starts, like, having this realization of, like, breaking character, so to speak, of, like, wait, like, yeah, I know, she just looked like she came out of a trance, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Literally.
And then Geraldine tried to act like she didn't say what she said. And
because Wanda got mad at her.
Yeah,
like,
Wanda had this, evil look on her face. Like she was, it was like a scared turned into anger.
Right.
Yeah. So, and Elizabeth Olsen is awesome, and acting that scene out. And then Geraldine turns into like her sitcom character, basically. Like she was Monica Rambeau for a minute there, and then back to being Geraldine.
Right.
And then Wanda notices that Geraldine is wearing a pendant with the sword emblem on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she asks what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Vision returns, Geraldine is just gone. He asks, where she is, and Wanda says she had to rush home.
And she said it so, like, with so much malice, and they're like, she's like, oh, she had to rush home.
Yeah. It's like she's saying it in a sitcom voice, but the look on her face too, it has the malice. It's interesting. The Elizabeth Olsen is an awesome actress. Anyway,
I know. You know what? I had no idea until you mentioned it last week.
Yeah,
that was actually one of the Olsen. I just thought that was her name. I had no idea that was actually.
She's not one of the Olsen twins. She's their younger sister.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because Mary Kate and Ashley are the older sisters.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
Yeah, but she's their younger sister. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a better actress than either one of them. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't she also in Weeds for a while, or is that someone else?
I don't know. I haven't seen Weeds in so long.
Okay, Silas's girlfriend for a while. She was like the hardcore Christian.
That might have been somebody else. I'm not sure though.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it. So
yeah. I know she's been in a lot of other things. There's a really good movie that she's in that I watched. Trying to remember the name of it. It's called Liberal Arts. It was directed. It was, I believe. Yeah, it was written by and directed by Josh Radnor, who played Ted on How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
And he stars in it, and it's a really good. I mean, this is a complete sidetrack here, but he plays. It's a story of a 35-year-old who has a romantic relationship with a 19-year-old played by Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it came out in 2012, and oh my god, I totally forgot about that movie until right now. It's a really good movie. Cool. Highly recommend it if you can find it. It's one of those good, like, slice of life, romantic comedies. Yeah, she, she was in, like, not much television, really, actually.
Mm.
She was in an episode of Full House.
Oh, really?
Played Girl with Flowers.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably, and that was back in 95, and she was born in 89, so whatever that makes her. Anyways, so, we, where were we? Oh, yeah, where were we in the
we're talking about,
yeah.
Oh, she said Geraldine had to rush home.
Yeah, Geraldine had to rush home, and then, that's when we had that. Is that when we had the weird, kind of rewind sort of thing?
No, that was
that before
earlier.
That? Was that okay?
Yeah. The rewind thing was when Vision started to put the pieces together, and then
okay.
Looked at them, and it was weird because I remember seeing shows like this back in. I'm not from the 70s, but I've seen shows from the 70s where it was like some weird effect where it didn't actually rewind. It just kind of like put you back immediately to like a previous scene. Yeah. But there's a little glitch thing. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just the technology they had back then to do something like that. But so that was kind of jarring to see that actually, because it's like, it's like, whoa, like.
Yeah, it was interesting that they chose that as opposed to the rewind. But then again, I think that had more to do with the fact that they were still in the same location as opposed to before in the other episode where they were outside and then they rewound to being inside.
Right, yeah.
So, So yeah, she notices the sword emblem. Anyways, we talked about that, which is interesting. We find out after that, after Vision returns, Geraldine is gone, and then we see the Westview sign in the real world after it becomes widescreen from the 4x3 of the sitcom world, and and she's cast outside from a wall of static and when she's coming out, it kind of looks like like static of an old television as she comes through this like bubble wall sort of thing around Westview, and then she's and then Geraldine is laying on the ground and she's surrounded by sword agents and like cars and stuff that pull up around her as she lands on the ground.
That made me question: were they trying to arrest her or what? Because they looked like, I mean,
they might have been there to rescue her because she's a sword agent herself. So,
well, I know, but they had like their guns drawn and shit. I'm like, why would they do that? If
maybe they didn't know what was coming out of there.
Oh, maybe because it was dark out.
Yeah.
Also, too, did you notice this? She was wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So apparently, maybe that's why they're so concerned about Wanda, is that not only does she have the ability to create her own reality, but apparently parts of that reality can go out, into the world. You know what I mean? So if it is Mephisto, then a Mephisto can then become manifest as a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's interesting what they're. I'm wondering, like maybe in the world, like maybe if you're in there too long, maybe you start to forget who you are too. Maybe that's what's happening with Monica.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then, but she had that, moment of clarity there where she was like, he was killed by Ultron. Yeah.
Right.
So who knows?
God,
yeah. But, but I think she's sent in there, as a sword agent to try to get Wanda out of there. So.
Well, yeah, because I wonder if it says we're all her, so maybe they're all sword agents or working for them at least, or with them.
Either that, or I mean, like it is like we kind of find out at the end there that Westview is a real town, and it makes me wonder if these are just citizens of this town that have just been, kind of trapped in this bubble that Wanda put around it or something.
Right, like a weird, okay, because like I was just wondering though, because of like with her, like doing the head trimmers thing, if that could have been symbolic of like them trying to get through, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it does. I mean, that is a lot of symbolism there because he's trying to break through a wall.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. Well, not trailer, but I saw like a little clip for episode 4 that they put up, and like it actually shows Wanda like trying to go back in there or something like that. Like they try to send her back in or something like that, or no? Like,
oh, you mean Monica?
Sorry, yeah, Monica. Yeah. And like a beekeeper guy was there again. Like they're trying to get back in somehow. Or it looks like that they're starting to ramp up like what's actually happening in the show. It seems like starting episode 4, because I know people have been complaining about the show doesn't tell us what's going on, type of thing. It's like, okay, chill out. It's only been 3 episodes. Like,
do you need everything spoon fed to you, or it's like people are afraid to use their fucking brains. That's the problem. They want everything fed to them. They want just some. Oh, I want some Michael Bay type action here now. It's how we ended up with Trump as president, in my opinion. Anyways, when we had him as president, because and the same reason we ended up with Biden as president, getting a little political here, is because we just want the status quo, boring bullshit. Anyways, or we either want explosions or boring bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing in between. Just
we need to completely understand things. They either have to be boring as fuck, or no nuance to anything.
Yep. Makes sense.
But somehow people find nuance boring when they're watching the show, which I just don't get.
Exactly.
It's like,
wait, it's like this is actually not boring at all. Like, like just do a bit of research, or hey, fuck, you can pause the show at a certain moment and then, oh, that's an interesting little thing. Let's look that up, and then and like
it's like I don't understand. I mean, I know it's funny how easily things have changed because people are so used to either being spoon-fed everything or fed everything at once when it comes to like Netflix, where they release like all the episodes of Queen's Gambit at once, or all the episodes of Stranger Things at once, or whatever, of a whole season, or Cobra Kai, or whatever show you have, and you don't have to wait week to week like we used to. But just to like, a decade ago, people were obsessed with Lost.
Right.
And, loved the whole mystery of things and having to wait a week and figure out, trying to figure out in between weeks, like what the fuck was going on. but now we got a show out that's doing a similar thing here. And because it's 2021, people are like, "Oh, I need my instant gratification.
Hey.
I need to know what's going on now. I can't really think about it for myself or analyze things, you know." And I blame the school systems because we don't have a lot of, I don't think, analyzations of poetry and writing and stuff like we used to back in the day, you know? It doesn't seem,
right, yeah.
I don't know. That's my guess. I don't know. I don't go to school. So, I'm not in high school anymore. I'm a little older than that. So, but anyways, do you want to take another break here, Matt, and we'll come back and we'll talk really quick about our like predictions and some trivia and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Be right back, folks.
It's the Ninja from the Ask the Angry Ninja Show saying, come listen to the show. We got the Ninja Wife to give you your movie reviews. We got the Conscript to give you the Ninja News. And we got the Battle to talk about your sports. And as always, it is the Ask the Angry Ninja Show. So ask me a question. We'll give you the ninja knowledge you need for your ninja life. Search for us anywhere you get your podcast from. Just search for the Ask the Angry Ninja Show and enjoy the show.
Okay, and we're back. First off, before I forget about it, there was a commercial in this episode that we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was basically a parody of the Calgon ads from the 70s and 80s. Almost a shot-for-shot remake of one of the Calgon ads, which was Calgon was like a bath powder that would like create like a bubble bath and soothing stuff and their ads were always about, it was like, Calgon, take me away. You know, these like women, you know, when they're having their stressful day with their kids and they, you know, just need to soak in the bathtub to forget their worries of their life.
Right.
And this was for a product called Hydra Soak. And Hydra, of course, is the name of the terrorist organization in the Marvel Universe.
Right.
That was kind of interesting, you know, just, you know, and you have the same two people in the commercial. You have the woman from the other two commercials, and then you have the guy from the other two commercials, but he's standing there in like a toga fanning her when she's in the bathtub.
Right, which that's interesting too, right there. You know, the fanning and like the goddess, you know, type of thing. And the slogan for it was what was the slogan? I'm trying to remember. I had it written down here. Oh, find the goddess within. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, you know,
and you know, what do goddesses have? Powers, the ability to make reality what you will, you know.
Yeah. And there's a rumor online that the two people in the commercials are Wanda's parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that they're there to kind of still make her want to stay in the world. Because like and kind of subliminally make her want to stay, much like much like commercials subliminally make us want to buy products.
Right, yeah.
So, okay. Here's some trivia that I found here on the Internet Movie Database about this episode. In the title sequence, pictures are presented in hexagons, which we talked about. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, hexagon is the logo of the supervillain scientific organization Advanced Idea Mechanics, aka AIM. Of course, the house that Wanda and Vision live in is very Brady Bunch-like. You know, it looks a lot like the Brady Bunch set.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, the Hydra Soak commercial is is reminiscent of the Calgon Take Me Away bath powder commercials. The doll, at one point, Vision is practicing diaper changing. And the doll that he uses to practice it on, it looks a lot like Kitty Carryall, the doll that Cindy Brady had in the Brady Bunch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
At the end of the episode ends with the song Daydream Believer by the Monkees played. Singer Davy Jones was Marsha Brady's favorite pop star in the Brady Bunch, and he was in the episode Getting Davy Jones from 1971.
Wow.
I have some other feelings on this. Okay, the song itself is about a homecoming queen, a guy that fell in love with the homecoming queen. And the whole idea of the song is it's about when they're adults and he's trying to keep her happy in their relationship. So, and it's like this whole like daydream sort of thing about it too. So there's the dream aspect of it.
Right.
Also, it's a Monkey song, and the Monkees were a fabricated band created just for television. Initially, who eventually became a real band.
Yeah, they were actually pretty good musicians on their own.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Huh.
And on another side note, the first concert I ever went to was a Monkees Weird Al Yankovic concert. So, anyways,
that was, I think,
yeah.
I think this, for me, I was like a baby. I don't remember it, but maybe at the same concert, like Sports Arena or whatever. Toledo. I don't know. Where'd you see it?
It was in Toledo at the Savage Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have been at the same concert.
Yeah.
So that's messed up, man. We were at the same concert together, man, and then we became like best buds. Maybe our parents were like actually sitting next to each other. No. Not everything has to be an origin story, okay, man?
Yes. And then we gained our superpowers and we controlled the world.
Right. Wait.
When does that happen?
When? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we let 4 years of Trump and didn't do anything.
Yeah. Fuck us, man. Fuck us. Anyways, yeah. So like I said before, the guy with the mustache, his name is Phil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just found that out here. I forgot. It is established that Phil and Dottie are a married couple here. In the animated open sequence of the last episode, they were seen standing next to each other in front of a house. That sequence also featured Herb cutting his hedges and Agnes standing on the other side of them, as they do in this installment.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
There's Wanda and Vision, like as we've spoken, debate over what name to call their son, first, and then Wanda wants Tommy while Vision wants Billy. In the comics, the couple had twins named Tommy and Billy, who went on to be the superheroes Speed and Wiccan, which we've talked about. Tommy with super speed and Wiccan with magical powers. Wanda's choice of Tommy represents her affection for the super fast brother Pietro, while Vision's choice of Billy represents his affection for his magical wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Wanda.
Yeah. So, and like I said before, the final scene when we see Monica fall out, it jumps from 4:3 to 2:35:1. Or 2.35:1. I mean, I'm sorry. This effect has been used in several movies. So where do you see this going here, Matt? Like any speculation or anything?
Well, I saw the little clip, like 30 seconds, about episode 4, and it actually shows Wanda expelling Geraldine from the house. So, like, we see her going through, like, the pixelated stuff, but, like, this thing actually shows like that moment where she used
what happened there.
Yeah, like she used her red, powers or her whatever it is, the energy thing. It just shot her out of that reality, and it shows Monica is her name, Monica.
Yeah,
and it shows Monica like dressed like more like how she would like look, in real life, and like trying to, it looked like there was like some like force field thing that they were trying to get through it for like a split second, I think. I don't know. I had to watch it again, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just think things are going to start ramping up because even though people are complaining about not being fast enough, each episode has gotten more realistic, like than the last one.
Gotten faster. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first one, the only reveal that happened is when Vision's boss started choking, and then that's when things started to break for like a moment. But like that was pretty much it for the whole episode, and then episode 2 we start seeing like the whole thing like where Vision is essentially drunk because he had a piece of gum that got stuck in his body, and he's like accidentally revealing his powers, and Wanda's trying to make it seem like it's all just an illusion, stuff like that. So that happened more than this has more, with like, well, in this one you actually have, like you said, Vision just openly showing his powers without even like trying to hide it, like just running super speed to, pick up the doctor,
Yeah.
And the doctor doesn't even seem to like think this is like
weird,
a strange thing, like, so it's like,
yeah, that was strange. Like they're trying to hide their powers, but then the doctor's like, yeah, whatever. And he also doesn't find it strange that Wanda was 4 months pregnant that morning and now she's delivering the baby.
Right. It's just bizarre. And then, of course, too, with I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, I think what's going to happen starting episode 4, because it's going to be the 80s now. And you should watch that clip if you can, because it looks very 80s. Like Agnes shows up and she's like, it's Aunt Agnes or whatever. And the kids are like, well, the kids are still babies kind of, but, so,
I'll have to check that out.
I think that starting episode 4, we're going to start seeing more cracks in this kind of makeshift reality that she's got, which then could also mean that Wanda's going to start showing a side of herself that's more malicious, because, we've already seen how she acts when just someone just hints a little bit that this is not real. So if more of it starts happening, she's probably going to start, committing outright violence even, to retain, what's
stuck in her. Yeah, because I'm just like curious if she's really a villain or if this is just her coping mechanism for dealing with the fact that Vision is actually dead. Because I don't know if she created Vision or brought him back to life. I'm not sure what's going on. And I also have a weird random theory here about Vision. Okay. My weird random theory is that Vision is Mephisto.
Okay.
That he's not really Vision.
Okay.
That somehow in the makeup he's going to end up, being revealed to not be Vision and actually be Mephisto, who's controlling everything, and that maybe he's the real Vision, the real villain.
Well, that's interesting because in the second episode, when they say the devil's in the details, and Agnes goes, "That's not the only place the devil's at." So,
yeah,
that would be interesting to like have Wanda literally living with the devil, the whole time. Then again, though, he did seem trying intent to convince her that something was wrong. So why would he be trying to break her out of the spell? But who knows? Maybe the show is just meant to fuck with us.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is like, what I'm wondering is that like maybe somehow he is Mephisto. He took on Vision's identity, got stuck in there, and he's trying to get out.
Oh, okay.
But Wanda's controlling things. I don't know. These are just weird speculations, which I am probably 100% wrong about. But
it's kind of like the theory videos on YouTube where it's almost always wrong. I mean, it's still fun to watch, just to see what could happen. And I mean that's the thing. If anybody's listening here and you have thoughts on that, if you agree with me and think I might be right, or you've got some other really cool ideas and theories, I want to hear them all. Comment on our YouTube videos, follow us. I'm hoping to get a website up soon for all2real2.com or something like that, but it's going to take a little bit. But we don't have that, but follow, there's the Cullen Park, Twitter is a good place to
to reach me. Also, our All Too Real to Facebook fan page is a great place to find us too. You know, you can send us messages, comment on our video. You know, we really just would like some feedback too, and let us know what you think of the show, you know, too. You know, if you hate us, let us know. I don't care.
Well, yeah, but yeah, it's true. You can tell us that. Don't like us.
If you hate me, let us know.
Well, no, let us know if you hate one person.
If you hate me, let Matt know.
Yeah. What? Okay.
No, wait, no.
Yeah. I mean, I had a theory too about this, like really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's because like you said the whole thing about Vision being Mephisto, and that's really interesting. And I was thinking too of like, I keep jumping back between this idea that Wanda is the villain because, you know, of how she expelled Geraldine, but then at the same time, like you're saying, you know, she may have just done that because she likes this kind of dream she's having. You know, she may have not been the one to do it to herself, but she's gotten used to it, and it's because of it. Someone's mentioned on a YouTube comment of all places, which usually YouTube comments are terrible, but like where.
Well, you don't say. Yeah,
YouTube comment sections are like you can have like a video of like a picture of like a papaya, and then you'll have something like the Jews created 9/11. Like what? Like it's like has no context, but like
exactly.
But anyway, I'm proud to be a new papaya. Anyway, that was a good one.
That was funny.
So many bad puns in this episode, but anyway, so like I was thinking, this person on this YouTube comment said, you know, if you look back to like the movies, like starting with the Age of Ultron or the Rise of Ultron, whatever it's called, that Wanda never really processed her brother's death. Yeah, like because right after that it was Civil War, and she had to concentrate on that, and then it was not Endgame, what's the Infinity War? Yeah. And then she of course died in Infinity War and then came back in Endgame. So she never actually really had any time to actually grieve Pietro's murder, I guess you would call it. He got shot. But and so
not to mention that in Age of Ultron she also saw Vision die in her arms.
That's right. Yeah. So she had no time to process any of these feelings, and it was immediately and then, you know, she had to go fight in a civil war against a team that she had just joined after being manipulated by Ultron to be on his side for a while. And then, you know, she realized that she was on the wrong side and then joined, you know, the good guys. And then all of a sudden she's forced to pick between sides of that group. And then, so, you know, she's got a lot of complicated feelings, you know, about all this stuff in a really short period of time. I mean, I don't know the timeline, but I know just from actual years, Age of Ultron came out in 2015. Infinity War was 2018. So it was only 3 actual regular years. I don't know how long it was.
And I mean, she was gone for 5 and you know, and technically in the whole, you know, snap. But but she was gone, so it wasn't like she was living anything. So I mean, she comes back, and it's and the world is different, you know.
Right. So I keep getting torn between this idea that she might be the villain in this particular episode just because of how she treated Geraldine by literally expelling her violently from which, you know, that's a pretty bad thing to do. We should be violent against people, but like you said, that might be like a villainous action, but it might not be like you're expelled from my reality type of thing, be gone, you know, type of thing. It was more of like, you just reminded me of my brother being killed. I don't want to hear that, you know.
And it could be like a whole like I said, it's like kind of like a Stockholm syndrome thing, like where she's stuck in this world, but she's becoming comfortable with it.
Right, exactly. It's like, well, and like you said too, that, you know, the longer you stay in here, the more you might lose your identity and your memories and stuff like that. So when she initially got there, she may have been like trying to get out and stuff, but then the more she stayed, she just kind of forgetting who she was. Like you said too, maybe maybe it was just her originally, like just like in a black void or something like that. And then if Vision is Mephisto, maybe he was the first person to show up from her old life and to make her feel comfortable. And then bit by bit, because you remember the first episode, right? Everything was bare. There was like just like a couple of houses. Wasn't really any. It was like literally the landscape itself was very barren. And so it's like literally the environment is being like built piecemeal type of thing, like in her mind. So, you know, second episode, you had like cars, you had more houses, like picket fences, that type of thing. Third episode, you've got the swing sets and you basically like everything that like looks like your typical, you know, home or whatever. Anyway, really, I can go on for like another hour.
Yeah, I know. There's so many other ideas I have too. Really quick. So in there's a rumor that I saw online, and it's almost guaranteed to be true. So in Age of Ultron, Aaron Taylor Johnson played Pietro, aka Quicksilver. In the X-Men franchise, Evan Peters played Quicksilver. You know, they were both in that movie. The movie together, that superhero movie together, with the one with Nicolas Cage and
Kick-Ass?
Yeah, they were both in Kick-Ass together. Anyways, which is kind of interesting that they both went on to play Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's all but officially been confirmed that Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver in the X-Men franchise, is going to appear in WandaVision as Quicksilver.
Oh, wow.
But not the actor Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played Pietro.
Wow.
So I think this is where we start to get the multiverse coming in.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because then that's going to lead into the whole Doctor Strange. The next movie that Sam Raimi's directing is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
So and it's confirmed that Wanda's going to be in that movie, probably as the villain. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to see that sometime soon. We're going to see we're going to see Evan Peters on the show. So
that's awesome. Because that was like go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. All I was going to say first though is that I think what she's going to probably try to do is bring back her brother somehow, but she brings the wrong Quicksilver.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Because Marvel never really, at least in the movies, they never really did the multiverse thing a lot. DC did a whole bunch of that stuff, but like, they did time travel finally with Endgame. But like, it was of course with the X-Men they did time travel a lot. They did timelines, but that was a Sony product that wasn't
or the Fox. Yeah.
Sorry, Fox.
But which is now owned by Disney, so it's now they can bring those characters in, and they have the rights to the X-Men now. Because it was interesting too, because the fact that you had two Quicksilvers on screen, because Quicksilver is both an Avenger and a X-Men.
Right.
So they could use them in both, you know. But so is Scarlet Witch as well. So,
right.
Yeah. So, just depends on where you read and what you see and everything. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with Evan Peters. I'm just kind of excited about that because I like him as an actor too. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see where they go if they bring him in, and I hope they do. But that was like the only like real spoilery type stuff that I had read online. Anything else before we sign off here, Matt?
No, not really. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I forgot a bazillion things here, but there's so much going on in the show.
I mean, we could do like a 3-hour episode for each episode, and we still would miss something.
But anyways, if you notice something that we missed, like I said, or you have theories of your own, please let us know. If you want to email them to me, you can email me at mike@cullenpark.com. I would like to read those. We can read them online in the next episode too, if you give us permission to. So anyways, be sure to follow us everywhere. Check out our Patreon. We could use, the money. Anyways, and buy some merch from our TeePublic. All that stuff will be in the show notes. Check out Matt's music on YouTube. And, wear a mask, people. COVID is still real. Larry King just died of it, man. Come on.
I know. Fortunately, it's not leaving for a while, which...
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Wear a mask, wear a condom, be safe.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're going there again.
There's
sorry.
a condom thing again.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Well, you should wear a condom if you're going to have sex, practice safe sex, unless you want to have kids and you're married and you're happy and you're all okay with that, and, you're in a healthy relationship, then, you don't have to. I mean, I'm not forcing you to, but I'm just saying, if you don't want to get sexually transmitted diseases or, have a baby or whatever, maybe wear a condom. But anyways, and this has been All Too Sex with Michael Lee Cullen II. Anyways, all too sex ed.
All too feel.
Yeah. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Anyways, so we'll talk to you all later, folks.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're gonna speed out of here like Vision. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.